Hello. Yeah. Today we will see something related to project management tool or how industry works by using that methodology. So there are so many methodologies are in market. Before 10 to 20 years, we have waterfall model, or some companies are using waterfall model for their project management tool. Right now also they are using, but most of the companies are using agile methodology. So it's a methodology to handle the project starting from requirement gathering to deployment process. So how it works? We will see that methodology. You can see the diagram of Agile. So it's step by step approach or its incremental model. In this, first step is requirement. Second one is design, then development, testing, deployment, and review. So this principle talks about the incremental approach, means whatever the requirement, whatever uh, the requirement we are taking from client, that requirement first discuss in our company, then after discussing we will think on that and design accordingly, then we will deliver that requirement to the technical team develop that code, give that code to the tester will check whether it is correct or not, then it will deploy, and once deploying is done, client will check whether it is correct or not. If it is not correct, then again process will start from development. If it is correct, our product or our project comes in production environment. End user can access that product. So it takes, if product is very big, like e-commerce product, so it takes 2 to 3 or 4 development. But the requirement, whatever the requirement comes, we can deliver that requirement within 2 weeks. Means sprint by sprint, we are delivering our product. Now, what sprint means? Sprints is an approach which uh, conclude the code, write and deploy within 2 weeks. Means 2 week it within a 2 week, end user can access our uh, end user can access that functionality. So it's process which is having so many advantages, like whatever the changes comes while developing the product, so it's acceptable by agile methodology. Then face to face conversation happen between team members and customer. Technical team focuses on design, right, as well as continuous development happen. Then customer satisfaction is one of the most important criteria in this, because if customer will not happy within 2 weeks, then we need to again write the code of the same process again and again. As well as easy to manage, and it's more flexible. The end goal of the agile is, it's not a project we just think or we need to develop, it's like a product. So this is all about agile. Now this principle works on a scrum framework. So we already seen something related to agile. Now how agile works, how agile helps to develop our product. from step 1 to step last step. So whatever the requirement we got from our client means the e-commerce platform, those who want to make a website. Like we can say that Flipkart is our client. Now Flipkart company is having one product owner, or one product owner is hired by our technical company. So that product owner and Flipkart company uh, means in case of our technical company, we have our business person called product owner. So this will talk to that e-commerce company. So he will take all the requirements from that e-commerce company, all the inputs, whatever the users will come or visit that website. So all requirement will be taken by product owner from e-commerce platform. Then we will have one meeting in our tech company. That meeting happens between Scrum Master, product owner, and technical team. Then technical team consists of some backend developer, front-end developer, DevOps team, technical lead as well as project manager. In this meeting, what happened? One-to-one interaction or one-to-one discussion between product owner and technical team. Now this discussion happens regarding the product. What type of product we need to develop? How much time it will take? What is the estimate? So this type of technical discussion will happen. All the requirements of that e-commerce platform will be shared by product owner to the technical team. And that requirement is nothing but product backlog. It's like backlog means one story or the requirement. It consists of some list of features, stories, right? So once meeting is done, we need to plan the meeting, and that planning is called sprint planning meeting. In this meeting also, product owner is there and technical team is there. So in technical team, all members consist of front and back end as well as the DevOps team leader, project manager, having give their idea as well as technical discussion happened between product owner and technical team. So if basically what sprint it is of 2 to 4 weeks of duration, which sets the amount of work is completed. The duration is consistent throughout the development of process. Whatever the development you are doing, whatever the test cases you are writing, that should be perfect. And then in sprint planning meeting, at the time of start of sprint, suppose uh, here we will take one example. If sprint is start from Monday, right, on 8th of July. So 8th of July means 5 working day, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 5 days. Saturday, Sunday weekend, then 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Means 8 to 19. This is our first sprint. 2 week of sprint is there. So within this working days means 5 plus 5, 10 working days. Your development, your testing, deployment also, UAT testing also should be perfect so that one-to-one interaction with the client will happen. Client should be satisfied. Otherwise, it will consider as a backlog. Or if consider if you are a three developer and one is not performing that much. So due to that single guy, your whole team will be affected. So whole team will be responsible for that. So it's necessary or it's important to work in a group culture, right? One is interdependent on each other. For that, in the sprint planning meeting itself, you need to tell. If you are not able to do the task within 3 working days, then means starting of the day you should tell to the product owner, or you should tell to the manager, and accordingly team selects the item from the backlog. If suppose 100 features are there, so what are the first 5 features should be included in the first sprint, right? So that should be delivered during the sprint. For that, what happened? Your daily scrum meeting should have. Actually, it's a daily time box event, usually of 15 minutes to 20 minutes. So in that meeting, what you need to explain, like some activities or plans for the next 24 hours. Means team member discuss what did what they did previous day, what will they do today, and is there any impediments they face, right? So these are the activities happen within the sprint. Now, in case of here, you can see some sprint review is there, right? So it is held at the end of the sprint to inspect the increment and adapt the product backlog if needed. The team present the work done during the sprint to the product owner and stakeholder. Means whatever the technical team you have, that should be responsible to do the work and should be presentable in front of product owner. Then sprint retrospective is there. A meeting after the sprint review. After sprint review, sprint retrospective should be happening for the team to reflect on the past sprint, discuss what went well, what didn't. Yeah. So these are the things which happened while development the product. Now, daily what happened when you enter into a company? Suppose your timing is 10 to 5, right? Sorry, 10 to 7, 9 hours of working is there. So that time, uh, in every company, some stand-up meeting is there, and it happens daily. So daily stand-up meeting is a day-to-day meeting, right? Among all the members of the Agile team. Its main purpose is to know the current progress. What is the current progress of each technical person and the performance of the team member and works on the scrum task. The meeting takes place mostly in the morning, means at 10 a.m. or 10:30 a.m. it started, and usually involves the product owner, developers, and scrum master. This meeting usually takes place for some reasons, right? So to know what was done yesterday and what is the plan for today, and to provide a better understanding of the goals, right? To make sure that every team member is working towards the same goal. Yeah, this is being the reason to bring the problems of team members into focus so that problems can be addressed quickly. These are some activities happen while product. Okay, so here we are uh, just seeing the Scrum framework or the Agile methodology. So its approach or its methodology, but this is only a methodology or it's only a theoretical approach. But if we want to manage the whole the life cycle or the project life cycle, then something should be there. So is there any tool or something platform there, or something should be there so that we can manage the overall life cycle of project? So some tools are there in market. One of the famous tool is called Jira. So now let's discuss about Jira. Jira is a popular project management tool, right? Used for tracking and managing the project. It will manage the project and track the project, whatever in which phase right now you are, how much time it takes. We can also put some date for particular developer for particular ticket in which times of span he will complete his ticket, right? So that software is developed by Atlassian company. It has some managing projects. It is used for the issues workflows, right? So it has, we will see one practical approach with Jira. Here you can see the UI of Jira. So okay, so this is the UI of Jira Atlassian tool. So now in this UI, you can see that your work, project, filter, dashboard, teams, and app. On the right side, you can see timeline is there. This is the timeline. Every month, whatever you are doing or what did you do, all the sprints or all the scrums you can see here. Then this is backlog. Backlog. We already seen in our Scrum Agile methodology, whatever the requirement product owner given to the developer or to the technical team, that comes under product backlog. So that is same, it's a backlog. And this is the board. Yeah, this is the ticket here we can see. So in it's our project. Our recent project is my Scrum project. We can change it name also. It's software product. So it represents a collection of issues. What does it consist of? Collection of issues, task, workflows. You can create multiple projects to manage different initiatives or product. Now, here you can see that issues, right? So issues in Jira represent tasks or bugs. If you click on plus sign and just click on blue tick, you can see here bug or story, right? So bug is a defect or error that needs to be fixed. Means while development, some developer uh, need to code and that code is not 100% right, then he deploy that code to the QA environment. Tester will test that. If he finds some bug, then that tester will uh, write this, means the tester will write it as a bug, as well as task is there. It's generic task that need to be completed by the developer. Some story is there, user story. User story means uh, it's a requirement, we can say that needs to be developed by the developer. So here you can see something epic is there, uh, somewhere is there epic in backlog. Yeah, it's epic, right? So what epic is, it's long user story. Means consider our sprint is of 2 week, right? So if we will consider for sprint, for sprint means uh, 8 week, right? So 8 week, in 1 week 10 days. So in 8 week 80 days are there. So Epic consists of 80 days of long cycle. Means in Epic, not only one sprint is there, it consists of 3 to 4 sprint, means more than one sprint. So Epic is a long story, and in Epic, user story is there, right? User story is of only one sprint, and in user story, some tasks are there. So this is hierarchical approach, and here backlog you can see create issue. Create issue means only providing your user story to the developer, right? Okay, so now we will practically see what actually happened, right? So when you join the company or when you join to a new project, that time what happened? Your project manager or scrum master will give you some credentials related to Jira. And if uh, 10 members are there in your whole project cycle, so all 10 members email ID will be there. One by one, he will assign you on the Jira board. If front-end member is there, so he will give front-end task to them. Back-end developers is there, so they will give back-end task. What does task means? Task means user story type. So we can say in Jira languages issue. So here I am being a I will play a role of Scrum Master. So I will create one issue in backlog section. I will create one issue means I will create one user story. I'll click on create issue, right? And here I will write it's see here you can see Scrum file. Now I will write some here with the user story. Scrum 6 will be there. So it is a unique key means it's related to ticket. In company everyone is says like I am working on 195 ticket, I am working on 196 ticket, so it shows you are working on that particular ticket. This unique id to represent your work. So here practically we'll see one user story. So to create an api which will update and to create an employee to create an API which will update a salary, which will update a salary of employee who belongs to Delhi location. Okay, location. Press enter. Now here your ticket will create with unique ID Scrum 6. Yes. So now here we create a ticket. Now how developer knows to whom this ticket will be assigned? So that here we will have one option called uh, assigning. In that we can type the email id of that particular developer and we'll assign. Here I will assign to me only because I don't have any developer here. Assign to me. Okay, assign to me. So here we will create. Okay, now we will create again one ticket to create a dashboard which shows uh, all employees employees belongs to California. Enter. I will assign this ticket to front-end developer. Here I am acting as a front-end developer role. So I will assign to me only. Okay. Now here you can see that 3 tickets are there. If 100 ticket is there, but on the next 2 week means next sprint, uh, we can't say or it's unable to do the 100 feature, unable to develop the 100 feature. So what are the prioritized feature is there? We will shift those feature to the sprint one. So how to shift from this backlog to sprint one? Just drag and drop. Just drag and drop here. Sprint scope will be affected by this action. What move issue? Sprint 6 will be moved from sprint backlog to sprint 1. Okay, confirm. Here you can see our Scrum 6. This ticket will come to sprint 1. Now this will also we can shift from backlog to sprint 1. Confirm. Okay. Now, yeah, this is very important. So what will be the sprint name? Here we can change the name of the sprint. What we can write here, uh, develop sprint, right? Start date 8th July, end date 22nd July. What will be our goal? We can write here and we will update. So these 3 tickets are the prioritized ticket should be completed within 8 to before 22nd July. It should be completed so that on next sprint we will discussing more about our next sprint. No product should be backlog. These are the goals of our current sprint. Now, how developers come to know where I am working, what are my status? If it uh, go to the tester mode or tester create that issue and tester test it or something related type. So in that Jira gives us one option called board option, Jira board. So in this board, you can see all the phases, to do phase, in progress phase, QA phase, done phase, right? These are the phases. So what does it means? So when, okay, okay, so what these phases tells about, uh, whenever a task or whenever a Jira ticket assigned to you and that comes into our sprint, that is we have our sprint called develop sprint. All the tickets of all the developer comes in, all the user story comes in their to do phase here itself, right? Here you can see uh, we already push our ticket from backlog phase, from backlog part to sprint part. So it comes here. Scrum 7 and Scrum 6. It is in to-do phase. So this phase indicates that the task or issue is pending. You need to be started or addressed. Means our work is not get started. If it is there, then तुम्हारा जनरल मैनेजर, तुम्हारा प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर बोलेगा भाई तूने अभी तक काम भी स्टार्ट नहीं किया, कब करेगा? So that we need to shift that ticket in progress phase, so that everyone knows or our project manager knows कि बाबा इसने अभी स्टार्ट काम करना स्टार्ट किया है. So what happened that time, we need to shift that ticket to in progress phase. Now how to shift? Drag and drop only, like this. Yeah, so it is here. So it's in progress phase. What does it states? That the status shows that the work on the task or the issue is currently underway. Means you're working or your work gets started. It shows like this. Okay, so at the end of the day of week one, means on Friday, that time what happened? You are coding, and giving deploy your code to the QA environment. As long as tester saw your code at 4 to 5 p.m., he find or intentionally he find the bug in your code and give it to you. So that is very, what we can say, hectic situation what we face. So that time we need to complete the, we need to solve that issue, or we need to solve that bug. And once it's done, we can push our ticket to QA environment. Means tester is responsible to find the bug if we already develop. So this status indicates that the task or issue has been completed and passed QA testing. Right. If QA pass this, then he will shift this ticket to done phase. In this way, from to do phase to done phase, our this user story, this ticket got completed. Here you can see that on Scrum 6 one line is there. So now one by one, all the developers need to start work on each ticket, as well as tester will test that, and once it is completed, it will uh, push that ticket to done state. So in this way, all the phases are going. Then if it is in done state, then project manager will complete that sprint. They will click on complete sprint. Here you can see something. This sprint contains one completed issue and two open issue, right? So without completing, we can't complete our sprint. We have two incomplete issue. Means we need to complete all these issues. Further move here, here, then this one here. Okay, this one is complete. This one is complete. This one is in also done state. So now no issue there. Now we can click on complete sprint. Okay, one open issue. Which one is that? One open issue. Scroll one. Today in progress. All five are done. Okay, let's check. Complete on complete sprint. Yeah. So one new UI will come, and where it is our sprint 1. So in this way we can manage our all the activities. Whatever the ticket we have got, we will see one by one, and accordingly we will try to do all the tasks given by them.